I'm Nathan Scott, and this is Breakdown, a series on game design. Anticipation is the main thing that makes people excited for something. Our brains are wired to enjoy accomplishing things, and anticipation is what creates those goals in the first place. There was a study a couple years ago that showed that taking pictures of your food before you eat it actually raises your enjoyment of it. The delayed gratification makes people appreciate it more. A lot of games put items or weapons just out of reach for a while. Portal takes you in a huge circle around the portal gun, solving puzzles before you actually reach it. Pretty much any game with a store of some kind has items that you won't have enough money for the first time you see them. Exploration-based games and open-world games are really good at creating anticipation for what you're going to find later in the game. Breath of the Wild lets you see basically the whole world from the very beginning. You can look around and see volcanoes and forests that you can travel to later, and if you zoom in, you can see one of the bosses crawling around on the volcano. And that's all in the first couple minutes. When games give you a glimpse of the endgame from the beginning like that, it gives you something to look forward to. Games are usually about progress and accomplishing things, so they're perfect for creating anticipation of that accomplishment. The first generation of Pokemon was actually really good at that also. When you first try to leave your town and walk out into the grass, Professor Oak interrupts you and tells you to go back to his lab. You can also see the road to the Elite Four, which is the endgame, from the very first city you get to. And the final gym is in that city too, but it's blocked off until the very end of the game. If there's one level people know from Super Mario Odyssey, it's New Donk City, which is a level based on New York City. It was the center of a lot of the game's marketing, it's on the front of the box, and it's the level everyone talks about. One of the earlier levels in the game has a portal hidden on the side of a column. When you go through it, you can see a little of the city in the distance, but you can't get to the main area yet. By sort of teasing it like that, it keeps it in the back of your mind. It makes the level feel even flashier and more exciting when you actually get to it later. It also leads the player to that portal in kind of a clever way. The desert world has these pillars scattered around everywhere. There's a collectible on the top of one pillar, which guides your eye to it. When you walk over there, you'll see the portal on the side of it. Anticipation is also used to create atmosphere. Subnautica is a pretty interesting exploration horror game that came out last year, and it basically relies on anticipation to create the whole feeling of the game. You can hear creatures before seeing them, which sometimes makes you constantly anticipate seeing something when you go underwater. Also, when you get near your ship that crashed, the water starts getting murkier. You can't see underwater at all, when you can normally at least see what's close below you. But one of the biggest ways it creates anticipation is by not really telling you anything more than you need to know. Subnautica will do something like giving you a distress beacon that you can go explore, but it's deep underwater, and there's not really any information about what you'll find when you get there. And that's pretty much how the whole game is. It doesn't give you any kind of map or any idea what you'll find wherever you go, which gives the whole game a sense of mystery around it. Increasing anticipation increases the effect of whatever the game is going for. Pretty much every game tries to create anticipation in some way, but I think exploration games are the best at it. Games like Breath of the Wild and Subnautica in particular rely on people wanting to uncover secrets and explore the world. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching this episode of Breakdown.